FOAID, Festival of Architecture and Interior Designing, media partner, CNBC TV18.
A canvas of innovation, creativity and groundbreaking design. The Festival of Architecture and Interior Designing, or FOAID, recently hosted the Mumbai leg of its 11th edition with the theme Creativity Worth Celebrating. FOAID 2024 honored imagination and artistry by uniting diverse voices and ideas that are shaping the future of design.
FOAID is coming back, becoming bigger and stronger every year. It provides this wonderful platform for not only practicing architects, but also students and vendors alike. It's a platform that gives people immense exposure.
It's a very ambitious way of bringing together students, professionals, suppliers, and everyone who's interested in architecture, and that in a place where everyone can just enjoy as well and connect with each other.
It's interesting, as usual, to see the various stalls and interact with people who got so much experience in their field, It's great to see the various products on display.
At the heart of FOAID is its conference platform, Design Manthan, which showcased global thought leaders and practitioners reshaping the landscape of architecture and design. With over 150 speakers and 20 sessions, this year's conference fostered debates, dialogues, and discoveries that pushed the boundaries of creativity.
FOAID has always been great. We look forward to coming here to learn about brands, to learn about companies, to learn about products, and most of all, to learn about different ideas from fellow professionals.
So FOAID, to me, always looks at, new materials. You're always learning. And I think all of us, especially in our field, are learning every day. So it's nice to see presentations. You see different ways of people really attacking issues as such. And and also, it's very informative.
Each time the new language of design that you get by means of the vendors who are our collaborators today, I think that's every time very, very interesting to find and explore.
I can see that it's been growing, it's been improving. So looking forward to that trend and that growth continuing.
I think it's always inspirational. I think there's a lot of takeaways from FOAID, and I think the panel discussions, the displays, materials. I think all of that is it's very comprehensive, and in a short duration you can kind of get a good mix of everything. So I think it's amazing.
Setting the tone for the conference, Lucio Muniain from Mexico delivered the opening keynote, Architecture Magic, sharing his visionary approach to seamlessly blending architecture with sculptural design.
This house, in the end, was designed by the guy in the middle. That's me in 1991. That's Jose, and that's Javier. Javier is a very big architect in Mexico City now. This is Jose's house. And I remember whenever he did the house, I thought that, I've seen this before. This is same thing that I saw when I was very young and small. And it was like these sort of things that happen whenever you go into the house, no? You go through these patios and you go through these things that aren't part of the plan of the house, the original plan, but at the end make the house much more potent or important. No?
This was followed by a captivating fireside chat, where Gurjit Singh Matharoo of Matharoo Associates shared insights from the launch of his book, Witness to Matharoo Spirit.
So what was happening was people used to ask strange questions to us. For example, our friends, peers, students, that Gurjit, how do you get clients like that? Some eternal questions. These questions remain unanswered. And then came the COVID, and we were isolated, only connected through phone calls. And we sat together over a phone, far away, in distance. And we said, suppose we don't live this pandemic, will these questions remain unanswered?
Okay.
And Vagish said, no, wait, let's put them down and at least answer the questions. You don't know what will happen. So we had the time of COVID, more or less free for ourselves. So we started jotting down these incidents. And this episodic work is what we see here.
Next, Kamal Sagar of Total Environment delivered an inspiring presentation on people-centered design.
It's not very difficult to create iconic buildings, with inspiring forms. All the more so now with AI, you can create all kinds of things. But what is really difficult is to create trust and connection. And it's also not very difficult to create interior designs which are, using fashionable trends and with a lot of bling. Again, what's really missing is an authentic solution that is timeless. And good design really comes from faith in our inner convictions. I really love this line from Pascal, which said, the heart has its reasons, which reason knows nothing of. And that is kind of, the driving force and the conviction with which we try to bring about some change.
The day's first panel brought together speakers from independent architecture practices, design firms, and real estate groups to discuss independent vision versus collective mission, navigating the design spectrum.
So Jasim, I think we'll start with you. Sure. So why Muse Lab?
With every project, always when it starts, there's a story and there is some muse, right? Whether it's an object, an idea, a thought, something that you see when you travel. So there is some story related to that. And therefore, we thought that whatever we decide had to have the word muse within it.
First project that we worked on, when we started Muse Lab, not Muse Lab, was a half-done 2.5-bedroom apartment in Bombay. So while it was obviously like a complete shift in scale, but I think it was interesting because in some way it allowed us to think inside out.
I would like Pritika to also answer that. Why Moko?
I chose not to call it Pritika and Associates because, wanted to create something that'll be bigger than me. Moko Design Studio because it's Mo and Co. Mo stands for modern, Co stands for contemporary. Modern is my design philosophy, ahead of its times, always kind of trying to think ahead of its times, and contemporary keeps it contextual.
So, Mayar, why did you not, or did you in the past ever think that, okay, if I work hard, we all work hard, right? Why don't I work as hard as for my own firm?
Once I joined the firm and once I started growing, I realized that as I move into senior posts, I was almost ending up handling an entire studio by myself and running a small practice of my own. But the benefits, for me at least, outweighed the cons, right? Because in a larger firm, there's a lot more structure. There's a lot more experience that you can learn from.
Right. So now, Abhayan, coming back to the developer forum, do you miss or do you still get to design?
85% of this peer group would largely be into the designing. It would be like a co-work with the consultant whom we are engaging. So the synergies should match, our temperament should match, because otherwise it can just become a little ugly, because you would be driving towards something for your company and the other person might be having a little ego trip on what his design was like. So it always will be to some extent a co-creation of what the product would be in terms of a real estate.
The focus then shifted to the business side of design with a series of masterclasses. Renowned voices from the architecture world shared perspectives on topics ranging from collaboration and boosting profits to scaling architectural practices globally.
This is something everyone should explore rather than trying to build their own little heavens. I think there's enough credit being shared. Instagram is a platform that allows people to see and be seen. So if we're putting out a project there which is done, I think everyone on that team who's worked with us, including your Kadiyas and your AC Wala Bhaiyas, and all of them are tagged if they have Instagram handles. So I think the fear of you not being acknowledged or recognized for your work, forcing you to then start your own practice, if that goes away, it should allow people to have faith and work as a team so that everyone gets their dues depending on how much effort, how much time, how much energy they put into building the practices.
We all want to do creative work. It gives us great satisfaction. It's what, uplifts ourselves and our souls. But at the same time, if you have a balance between the business side and the design side, you do get better and better. In my experience, I've seen that. Opportunities to raise the level of your design, your satisfaction. So in that sense, this slides just to show that you need to balance your business with your design.
The entire journey that I went through since the time I started as an individual from year 1988 up till today. So the first one we established, it was Yatin Patel and Associate. What we noticed is, and reflecting back, is that every 3 years we did something new or something different, be it a different geography that we went into, or a different service that we started out, or a collaboration that we created.
Breaking away from the conventional formats, Day 1 concluded on a lively note with Nakshebaz, a fun quiz show celebrating all things architecture and design. Teams of design stalwarts competed in rounds of trivia, scenarios and quirks, vying for the coveted title of Nakshebaz of the Year.
FOAID always manages to surprise me. I was in this quiz by a dear friend Manish Gulati of MUFA. It was, who will be the next Nakshebaz? And it was a thrilling experience. So I think that's what I love most about FOAID.
Which artistic movement did Jackson Pollock represent? Buzzer. Ashoka.
Expressionism. Expressionism.
Abstract expressionism. That's right.
Yes. Yes.
Which technique involves using small dots of color?
Pointillism.
Pointillism. That's correct. Who painted Persistence of Memory?
Dali.
Dali.
That's correct. Dali is correct. Which is the most famous painting by Banksy?
The shredding.
The girl with the balloon.
Was it Lutyens? Yes, that's the correct answer. Girl with a balloon. So the team Lutyens is a clear winner with 272 points.
FOAID, Festival of Architecture and Interior Designing, media partner, CNBC TV18.
Day 2 of the Design Manthan Conference began with a keynote presentation by Arjan Pit of UNStudio, who spoke about creating inclusive spaces that harmonize the needs of people, neighborhoods, and the environment. Next, a panel titled Perspectives Then and Now followed, featuring a diverse group of 6 architects and design practitioners who reflected on their journeys and evolving practices.
We had 6 different people representing different design practices, and it was really good to hear about their journey and sort of their career path and how do they see the practice of design moving forward.
It was the most interesting discussion we had with so many points of view, where we boiled down to how the generation today needs to pursue this field of design. And I'm thankful to all the people who attended the session. I'm glad to be here.
The highlight of the day was the Soul of India, a thought-provoking presentation series where 7 visionary designers explored the modern identity of India in design. They discussed how to retain a distinct cultural essence as global cities increasingly resemble one another.
This was an incredible exercise in one of the buildings where the Madras Terrace was, where the main primary beams were removed because they were all sagging and some of them had already cracked, without disturbing the original Madras Terrace, slipping these beams out
and putting in the new beams, replacing these old structural beams. Quite incredible sort of effort. Then we remade some of the pilasters to hold up that roof.
It was interesting, especially to talk about Soul of India, which, you're actually trying to bring up what India is all about in a very contemporary manner.
It was amazing to witness some sensible presentations by Vijay Ramchandran, and how in today's fast-paced world, how he's maintained to retain the heritage of old or a heritage architecture.
The conference concluded with Ashwin Alva of Alva Architects presenting Journey of a Building, unveiling the intricate layers of thought and effort that shape every structure.
The only common ground in all of these was probably our approach to the build. We have no preconceived style or character, but what we feel is suitable and appropriate to the site and the brief.
Beyond the conference, FOAID 2024 brought the latest innovations in design to life through the design arena, featuring leading architects, designers, and brands. This vibrant space showcased over 200 groundbreaking projects, interactive exhibits, and cutting-edge installations that pushed creative boundaries.
So our entire booth is actually a new collection. So every single product that's displayed at our booth is a new collection that we've launched this year. So we use FOAID as a platform where we do this every single year. So this year, the focus has been on very design-oriented products in faucets. It's the first time that an Indian brand has launched a collection in stainless steel SS316, which is the highest grade of stainless steel that's available in faucets. It's a material that can withstand any kind of harsh environment. We also launched a lot of collections in concrete, marble, and stainless steel as well in wash basins.
The main message here for the community of architects and interior designers is that you can actually now look at blending a functionality, technology, and superior aesthetics that can really go hand in hand to enhance the value offering that we have for various segments of our users and customers.
So this year at FOAID, we're focusing on promoting 9th Avenue, which is a sub-brand of Classic Marble, and Elixir, which is a sub-brand of Kalinga Stone. Elixir is the newest launch at this year's FOAID because it's a high-end quartz and marble series that looks completely like natural marble. So it's going to give tough competition to one of my brands, and hoping Classic Marble and Kalinga grow all the way.
At FOAID this year, we are bringing the Connex panels. We are bringing a new set of wall series that we are launching called Lineario. We are also introducing more colors like pastel colors, buttercream and olive green, and barcode shaped panels. More trending. So we basically just hear what architects have to say about the products and try to incorporate their feedback at the earliest possible.
What we're doing here today is we're also bringing in some of our new offerings like S-Mat, Protecto, which are self-healing, which are abuse tolerant. And what's really catching a lot of fancy today that I see in our exhibit is the special effects and the water-based coatings that we have.
For FOAID, we have specially designed certain new elements. We have started a new range where we have put everything we have in one particular product. I mean, one product which has got wood, which has got aluminium, which has got wicker, which has got rope. All the elements what makes an outdoor furniture item. We have got that product and whole range only for FOAID. We are started with this exhibition.
FOAID has helped us building our reputation among architects community, designer community in Mumbai. I had the opportunity to meet, I think, the best architects in the market. And what I have seen this year compared to the last year, the quality of the booth design, the quality of participants, delegates that joining FOAID this year has been increased a lot.
An exclusive furniture and furnishing pavilion complemented the design arena, spotlighting brands at the forefront of global furniture design. FOAID also brought to life a vibrant showcase of exceptional works by India's leading artists, celebrating creativity and expression in its finest form at the art arena. FOAID has long nurtured young talent through the Vox Architecture Ideas competition. This year, architects and designers under 35 presented visionary projects across 12 categories, from public buildings to residential spaces.
So seeing new work, especially seeing young architects' work has been exciting, and seeing it sitting in one place and seeing work across the country, if not in some cases across the world, is very exciting.
FOAID has excelled again. We see great products and great sessions happening, great competitions, lovely entries. So it's really going one level above every year. The bar is being raised every year.
The winners were celebrated at the end of day 2, recognizing excellence and innovation in design. In partnership with ICA, the global leader in special wood coatings, FOAID hosted the ICA Creative Minds Next competition. This platform celebrated ongoing and conceptual projects across architecture and interior design, fostering creativity and recognizing exceptional talent. Winners were felicitated during the awards ceremony, marking a proud moment for emerging designers. FOAID also bridged the gap between budding designers and industry leaders through Design Karyashala, an exclusive student platform. Interactive workshops and panel discussions provided students with invaluable mentorship and insights into the architectural discourse.
I really found it a very exciting event that, within such a professional setup of having industry professionals being in a space like this, there's a space for students. It was intimate. It was nice that students could have a little bit more of an interactive session with the people who are presenting. So I think the idea of having it and sort of putting it in the middle of your event, I think was a really nice idea.
Meanwhile, Expression, FOAID's platform for student creativity, embraced the theme Echoes of the Future in 2024. Budding architects and designers showcased innovative art installations that merged art and architecture, inspiring new visions for the future of design. The winners were honored during the awards ceremony, celebrating the fusion of creativity and design. As FOAID 2024 came to a close, it continued to engage and inspire the architecture and design community, offering a platform that celebrated creativity, innovation, and collaboration across every facet of design.
FOAID, Festival of Architecture and Interior Designing, media partner, CNBC TV18.